Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our main event of the evening, and it remains under bare knuckle boxing rules, and it is sanctioned by the Wyoming Combat Sports Commission, led by bare knuckle Hall of Famer, Mr. Brian Pedersen. It is scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the short line Buick and GMC red corner, please welcome to the cage, Enoch Adonai.
Well, JR, we didn't get to go to your scorecard between rounds. It was missing.
And I have a feeling I'll be pretty irrelevant this time, too.
That's the key word of the night.
All our opinions are irrelevant, JR. Everybody, when it comes to scoring, although yours is important because you're looking at it to offer us what you may see, and you're an educated viewer.
And I will say, he's been pretty much on the money tonight.
He has. But you are an educated viewer. But regardless of that, yours, mine, everybody at home, everybody on Twitter, 3 people are sitting here, and that's what matters. But we still want to look into it and try to draw into it. This is an interesting one. Enoch, this guy is a lifelong combat sportsman. I think he's got 30-odd boxing contests.
Muay Thai.
And 15, I think, amateur before that. Then, Muay Thai, 20-odd kickboxing, Muay Thai, and MMA fights. So this guy fights. That's what he does.
Yes.
Birds fly, fish swim. Enoch Adonai fights men in cages, right? This is what he does. And so he's going to be super comfortable here. Only 2 weapons, but he knows how to fight, and he'll adapt.
And his opponent fighting out of the Fowler Chevrolet blue corner, please welcome Chad Kelly.
And not the former quarterback of the Denver Broncos. This is a different Chad Kelly. And JR, when you listen to Robin talk about how you look at Enoch and how he likes to fight, I just thought LT Nelson just sprung to mind.
True enough, yep. Some people are just born for combat.
Yep.
Tail of the tape, here we go. Adonai comes in, 35 years old. Chad Kelly, 32, 5'10". The taller Chad Kelly is 6 foot. Both weigh $185. It is their bare knuckle debut. But again, Adonai has had a lot of fighting, a lot of different, and JR and I have called a lot of Muay Thai, as you have, Robin. That art of itself and being in close fighting, there's advantages to being disciplined in different arts.
Big time. It's a fascinating dynamic here because Chad Kelly sees himself as a bare knuckle boxing specialist. Although this is his debut, he has experience in some combat sports in different ways. He sees this is what he's customized his game towards. When you're a specialist, that gives you particular advantages. You specialize in just the details of this paradigm. But when you're a generalist, you see the game from so many different ways that you understand it in a different manner. You connect to it in a different way. You've stood at different distances, you've used different weapons, and you connect to the game differently. So in many ways here, we have generalist in Enoch versus specialist here in Chad Kelly.
I'm just watching Chad Kelly. It's just like he's walking to go to the playground or something.
Yep.
He's smiling, he's dusting off his hands, little knuckles to each other, talking to his corner, kind of turning around, hasn't paced at all.
Yeah.
He's just ready to fight,
He's been
boys.
like that for 2 days straight.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, this is your Sparta bare knuckle main event of the evening. So I need everybody here in Cheyenne, both inside and ringside, and those of you tuning in around the world, to get up out of your seats, raise your drinks high, and get wide open. Introducing first, fighting out of the short line at Buick and GMC red corner, from Lockport, New York, representing Enoch's fighting faith, Enoch, the new creation, Adonai.
The new creation.
And his opponent fighting out of the Fowler Chevrolet blue corner, from Cleveland, Ohio, representing strong style, Chad the Butcher Kelly.
The Butcher and the new creation. That's unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah, that chill attitude is a really, really good one, man. Chad Kelly, you know, you still want to get off. Like, you still want to let your punches go. You're still in a cage fight, bare knuckle, but being relaxed allows you to fight the most freely.
You know, I think the most shocking thing is you got a guy from Cleveland wearing Broncos colors. Boy, they're going right at it, fast and furious. The
those
uppercuts.
uppercuts are connected.
Oh, he's done.
Uppercuts.
Yep. Nope. He's dropped him.
Go. Checking for blood. No blood.
Yeah,
Kelly's thick, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. And he's hyper-focused. He knows exactly what he's after here. And he's going right back to it. And if this is, you know, there are many different types of bare knuckle rule sets allowed. In traditional bare knuckle, you cannot grab the back of the head. But in modified bare knuckle, you can. So this is something that Chad Kelly came in specifically prepared for here. And he's going to do it again because it's worked twice.
Certainly putting it to his best advantage.
Yep. It's worked twice. He's definitely going to do it again.
Yep, he took the full 8 count. The officials making sure he doesn't have a whole lot left, guys. He had to really make sure that he could balance on those feet to continue. He needs to land something.
Yep, and he also needs to stay out of that clinch. And if he's in it, he must fire, not try to resist it. Punch back, and he's there. It's there.
There it is.
Yeah.
There's that uppercut again.
And it happened again.
Really hammering him with that uppercut. That's
And
it.
calling
It's over.
Yeah,
3
they're calling
knockdowns.
it. Yep. This is a vicious sport. It is a primal sport, and that's part of why people love it so much. But you see what happens when bone on bone strikes in the middle like this. A man's head is down, and another man is shoveling upwards. You see what happens. He's leaking in the middle of our Sparta cage.
And I see Kelly checking his hand, too, walking around. He's a couple times he took down a look at it, so some possibly busted himself up a little bit.
Yeah,
And,
really
that's to be expected.
Yeah.
thick
honestly.
fighter, powerful uppercuts. Guys, he went to that well, and it worked so well. He never really recovered,
Oh,
JR.
his hand is swollen, man. From where we are, yeah, I think he's broken his hand.
I
yeah,
agree.
he's smiling about it, and of course you will because you've won this fight. But hands don't typically swell up that much. Show us your hand. Well, he's walked by. I wanted to see it. Watch. So he's already hurt it here. You see the cut on his knuckle as well, right? So, and if sometimes the cut will cause the swelling, but rarely do you see that level of swelling.
Chad.
Let's check out those
Yeah, we
knuckles,
wanna
man.
take
Let me
a
see
look
them
at your
knuckles.
knuckles. We
Let's
wanna
see
see your
those
hand.
knuckles.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got some action there.
Actually, it is strike on the important bone that you see, the good bone, but there is already intense swelling in that hand. And here you see the shot misses, and he immediately goes back to what's been working. Very smart fighter.
Guys, the one thing I wanted to point out in this, what set his ability up to attack like he did was his ability to make his opponent miss.
Yes.
Because Enoch missed a few times big, and he's hurting.
Yeah.
Enoch's he's on his way back to the trainer's table off camera. But he set it up by his ability to avoid contact.
Yes, exactly. Because once I have missed you, is there blood on me?
No, there was a little bit. I got it. There's a little bit more still. I'll let you get that.
Part of the game. Yes, once somebody misses and they're a touch off balance, you have that moment in time to close the distance, get a hold, and start firing.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Oscar Martinez calls a stop to this contest at 1 minute 13 seconds of round number 1. Declaring your winner by TKO, Chad the Butcher Kelly. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined by our victor, Mr. Chad Kelly. First off, how does it feel to fight and not have gloves on?
That's awesome, man. I really wanted that left-way fight, but nobody'd step up, so kudos to him for jumping in, man.
Hey, well, this will get you at least close to that left-way fight. So, obviously, making your bare-knuckle debut is obviously a little bit different. Now, with bare-knuckle, there's different techniques. When you're in the clinch game, you can pull your opponent's head down and really deliver some uppercuts. Is that something specifically that you practiced?
Yeah, I've been training for bare-knuckle for, over half a year now. Really working on that clinch and strikes from the clinch, so.
You think you're going to fight bare-knuckle again?
Yeah, 100%.
100%. So, as you move forward in your career, you got some fans supporting you, some family supporting you. What do you got to say to them?
Look, everybody here, follow me on Instagram. It's Real Chad Kelly. I'd love to come back and do it again. Everybody at home, I love you. Thank you so much for everything, the whole camp, all of them. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your victor, Mr. Chad Kelly.
You know, while he was talking and they showed
you all
us
for
those
coming.
moments, there were
Please
some
drive
very
home safe.
sophisticated and subtle movements in there. Framing with the forearm, rotating around, slipping back to make his man miss. It looks like a hockey fight to many viewers at home, but that was a very sophisticated approach that he took.
Well, and in that sophistication was the art of not being hit,
That's
which
right.
we talked about creating it, JR. Once he was able to, Enoch had a little bit more reach. He avoided that strike, and once he got inside, those uppercuts were severe.
And a lot of good circular footwork went on there, too. His footwork, I think, maybe an underrated part of his game. So with that having been said, gentlemen, thank you to our fans so much for having joined us. For Robin Black, for Todd Romero, I am J.R. Gordon. It was a great night. Bare Knuckle Spectacular here in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Please check out Sparta SE.com and find out when we're going to see you folks
And
next.
one last thing, don't try that at home.
No. And one last thing. Until next time, enjoy the hostilities, my friends.